the situation just got crazier. Mason McTavish being traded for a former Anaheim Duck. We get into all that in this edition of Ducks Digest. Hey, this is Mike Nelson. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank the 15% of you, the ones who are watching these videos who have already hit the sub button. But 85% of you have not subscribed yet. Not sure why. We're the newest Anaheim Ducks YouTube channel, bringing you everyday Anaheim Ducks content. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and help out a fellow Anaheim Ducks fan since 2003. But let's get right into the story. Mason McTavish getting traded this time to the Pittsburgh Penguins for a former Duck that we know very well. The Anaheim Ducks and Pittsburgh Penguins have been rumored to be discussing a trade involving Mason McTavish and, Rickard Rakell. Remember that guy? The guy that we traded to Pittsburgh back in, 2022, just a few years ago? The two teams have been talking trade with several teams. However, their best deal may be together. Rakell is familiar to the Ducks organization. Of course, the Ducks drafted him, spending several seasons in Anaheim before being dealt to the Penguins in 2022. Last season with the Penguins, the 32-year-old winger scored a career-high 35 goals and 70 points. And he'd give the Ducks a huge boost on the right side of their lineup behind Troy Terry. It was the first time in 7 years? Yeah, 7 years. Rickard Rakell, 7-8 years the last time Rakell scored over 30 goals in an NHL season. Rakell really slumped the last 2 years that he was with the Ducks, and the Ducks were forced to trade him. At the time, they had to do it, right? They had to trade him because he really fell off the last 2 years. He was on last time the Ducks made the playoffs. Rakell was on that roster, but just was not very good ending to his Ducks career. And last season he came out of nowhere and had an amazing season for the Penguins. But come on, let's be realistic here. Do we really want to trade McTavish, a player that is basically on the rise, has so much more to give, is a future real star in the NHL, for basically a player that's, his best years are behind him, right? I mean, Rakell, his best years, in my opinion, are behind him. I don't believe Rakell, despite the numbers last year, the 35 goals, 70 points, you might say, he's back to his normal self. I don't buy it. I really don't buy it. I think Rakell, had a great season. We can't, discredit him at all. We can't say it wasn't a great year. But at the same time, I don't think the Ducks, I just think McTavish has to stay with the team. I really think McTavish is better suited staying with Anaheim. There's no reason for the Ducks to be trading a young player for an older, aging player that is basically an injury away from ending his career or an injury away from, not being the same player. Whereas McTavish has so much more to give, so many more years. I definitely would pass on this trade, even if the Penguins included a draft pick, which some people might say, well, what ends if the Penguins include a first-round pick, which I don't think they would, but let's say it's a second or third-round pick along with Rakell for McTavish. I don't know. I just would not do the trade. I think the Penguins would do the trade. They would do it, no questions asked. Despite Rakell scoring all those goals, I don't think they think Rakell is going to do that again. I mean, let's be realistic. Do you really think that Rickard Rakell is going to score 35 goals again in his career? It took him so many years to do it. It was a long drought of Rakell not being able to score, have a successful season like that one, like he had last season. So many years went by for him to have another season like that. Do you really think he's going to be able to do that again next year? I don't think he will. And then especially goes to Anaheim, it's not the same. It's a totally different system. It's not the same offensive system that the Penguins have, that the Ducks have. Different coach. I mean, I just don't think it's going to work. And I just don't think the Ducks should make this trade. But what does everybody think? This is a rumor that, of course, came out a couple days ago. It's been getting some traction on social media, people talking about it. I think the Penguins fans are the ones that are kind of pushing that rumor because they want to see McTavish wearing a Penguins jersey. They want to see, they need a replacement. They need some stars, right? They need some young players because the Penguins are an aging, old team. I mean, come on, they still have Crosby and Malkin and Rakell. All these guys are all really old, aging veterans, and the Penguins want to get younger. So, yeah, for them, it's a rumor that they're going to push and they hope it's true, but I don't buy it. I don't believe it. And I don't think it's happening. This next rumor I wanted to talk about is more of a possibility. I don't know what everybody thinks out there. The Oilers landing Olen Zellweger in a suggested trade with the Ducks. Zellweger becomes an Oiler, and of course Hudson Quinn Hudson would become a Duck, right? That's the proposed trade. The Oilers need to make changes to their blue line this summer, which is new for them considering they have struggled to find consistent defending heading into a new season. Yeah, their defense definitely needs help. Adding Zellweger will put him in a similar role to what he has with the Ducks, but he has a stronger path to the NHL and could earn a bottom pairing role quicker than he could with the Ducks. I mean, for Zellweger, it would be a good trade, right? Quinn Hudson, though, going back to the Ducks, is going to be who's going to compete for a spot on the Oilers line this season. With the incredible depth they have throughout their entire lineup, he may be the odd man out. With the Ducks, he may be a lock for their bottom six. So, I mean, this rumor is, another one of those rumors that came up that was, just kind of invented by insiders or people that write about hockey, right? And another one I think is just not likely. I think the Ducks are going to hold on to Zellweger. I know the Oilers would be interested in the Ducks, player, but I just don't think the Ducks will trade him. And I think, what we've been seeing the last couple weeks is a lot of, which is a good sign, a lot of rumors, concerning Ducks players, right? Because I think a lot of teams out there are starting to see the players of the Ducks. I mean, I think the Ducks finally, after all these years of being kind of irrelevant, sadly, in the NHL, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, us as Ducks fans, the Ducks are always relevant. But around the NHL, the Ducks have not been relevant. I mean, very limited national TV appearances, very limited national coverage. This offseason has been the complete opposite. The Ducks have been getting a lot of coverage. They've been a talking point across the NHL. A lot of people trying to figure out what the Ducks are going to do this offseason. It seems like Ducks hockey is coming back, right? That's what it's starting to look like. It's great to see. A lot of attention is being given to the Ducks on their players, on their decisions, on their moves. And it all started with Joel Quenneville getting hired, right? Joel Quenneville getting hired, I think, really started rolling the ball for the Ducks in, what is to come. And, yeah, just really excited for that first game out in Seattle, And then, of course, after that, in San Jose, first couple games on the road. Then they'll be coming home to play the Pittsburgh Penguins. Yeah, the Pittsburgh Penguins going to be coming to Anaheim. But, yeah, it's going to be super fun, to watch these games, and really excited for next season. Super excited for next season. As always, make sure to subscribe, and let's go Ducks. Woo!